There we go. Hi friends, this is Sally on Camp Creek. Sally on Camp Creek, but not really Camp Creek. Sort of in the general vicinity of Camp Creek. Anyway, hi. I wanted to make a video about all of my treasures that I got at the garage sale. Okay, so like I have not worked on my sweater. It's back there. I have worked on my Afghan. It's pretty colors, but I haven't worked on it today. I haven't worked on my pink sock that desperately wants out of the sock cave. I have only barely worked on my green one. I don't think I started this last time I was videoing. This is Patton's sock, Croy, actually. And it's turquoise stripe, but it's actually got more green, traditional green than turquoise. It's very hard to see. There, every once in a while the color comes out. But anyway, I have another ball of it over there holding up my telephone. And these are for my new friend, so I want to get them done. She likes green. Also, I guess that's sort of a new project. I don't know, but I have another one. Voila. I have to explain this. Okay, so my daughter goes to garage sales. She's a garage sale, I don't know, something. And she went to a garage sale, or I think it was like I don't think it was an estate sale. I think it was just a garage sale. But some blessed, sweet knitter passed away, and her husband was selling all of her stuff. And my daughter bought some of it. I don't know why she didn't buy all of it, but she bought some of it. There were some pattern books she did not buy. Anyway, I got the stuff, and I want to show it to you. This person obviously had connections with a yarn store, because I have 2 baskets of gadgets, notions, pretties. You know, stuff you get at a yarn store. Some crochet hooks. So many double-pointed knitting needles that no one in the county needs to purchase them ever again. There's a whole bag of them over there on the counter that are the nylon, plastic, vinyl, whatever they are, kind. What was the brand that made one that was supposedly like whalebone, but it really was just plastic? But it was probably, you know, at one time they did use bone to make crochet hooks and knitting needles and things. Crochet hooks, I think especially, were carved out of bone. So this brand had a little whale on it. I don't think it was a boy. It might have been a boy thing that they did, but a long time ago. And they had double pointed needles also, because I bought some at a yarn store, and the packaging was maroon and they had a little whale on it. Anyway, there's some of those over there, like gazillion of them, like a whole bunch of them, that were in this basket of treasure. There was, oh my goodness, a set of knitting needles here. A whole set. I don't know what brand this is. I haven't looked that hard at it. But it was in this neat little thing with all of these Yarn Craft Supplies, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, all of these things that you might need. All kinds of things. Gauge, things to do with sizing, understanding charts. All on this tube with this set of cool knitting needles. These are not real long ones, but you know, they're the length that I like to use. So nice, so nice. I haven't put anything else in there. Also in there was this fabulous Tunisian crochet hook in a J, which I have been wanting to purchase. It is a Susan Bates. It does have the cap. It's a 10, 6mm. I believe it's a J. It was in that stuff, and I'm telling you, I have gone through yarn. I need to find some yarn to start yet another project with this hook. Very exciting. There were a whole set, and I found more, of Susan Bates. The little tiny ones, clear on up. There's some more. There's in a case in there. Some more hooks, crochet hooks. This is a super cool shoe size sock length conversion guide. Surely that sweet woman didn't pay $6.95 for this. That's what it says right there. She got this at Sealed with a Kiss, which I think is still around. I went to the one in Oklahoma City one time, but I don't know that it's still there because I don't get to drive to the city, and I think there's also one in Guthrie, and I don't get to drive there because they don't let me drive. They let me drive in the pasture. Anyway, some more knitting needles. These are, I don't know, two-tone ones. This was cool. A little book, no one's written in it, to keep track of your sock information. Now, isn't that the coolest thing? You keep that right in your sock craft bag. So totally cool, and it hadn't been written in yet. That came from a yarn store, I'm telling you. All kinds of stuff. Here is a magnifier for patterns. I will definitely make use of that. Let's see. A whole slew of these little things that you put on your yarn. Keep it in, going in. Some more Clover, vintage Clover flexible bamboo knitting needles. And those are still nice. Those still have a very good point on them. Tons and tons of stitch holders. This lady was into sock making. I can tell you that because of all the double pointed needles, and there's some other clues. And she probably used these, I'm thinking, to hold socks. I've done that before. Although why she would need to do that, I can't imagine, because she had absolutely so many different crochet hooks. Here's a Clover 4-inch. This is a cool little needle here. This is plastic, very flexible. It's a 4. I said 4-inch, but I didn't mean that. 30 centimeters. It's a number 4. Lots of Clover. These came from, this is a size, 3. Okay, these came from a yarn store, I'm sure. Now, that's just one in the package, okay? So, you know, there's more. Oh, my goodness. Crystal Palace double pointed needles. I have already put a pair of socks on these. Some still in the package. Bamboo. All of these, we've got the shorties, the little short ones, which I am learning to love. A little bit longer, which are great, awesome. And they're in this case. I don't know if they came in that case. The sticker's not on there. But I'm looking for something like this to put my other plastic ones in. I'm thinking I'll just throw my $750 glasses, my $750 eyeglasses. I'll just throw the case. I'll just take the case out and use that. What do my glasses need when those beautiful double pointed needles need a home? And so they would fit in that. This gave me the idea. I know I need to keep it so I can protect my enormous investment in my eyesight, right? Right. Sarcasm. Look here. Oh, we got bunches of these, as if anyone ever needed any more of those. This is a $12 yarn keeper, which at the garage sale they had it on sale for less. It's a yarn keeper bracelet. You put your yarn here and you wear this around your wrist, and you can just like go shopping in Walmart and knitting your socks. I always wanted one of these, but I would never buy one. Now I have two. So exciting. I love a garage sale. Oh, more aluminum double pointed needles, bigger ones. Oh, these will be great. I can think of so many things. Okay, this is when you do needle punch or different things that you want to fluff your fluff, so it's rough. It's like rough, and you run it over, it makes it fuzzy. When I made that Elmo doll, I used a old-fashioned hairbrush, a bristle brush. If I'd had this, I could have used that. See, I love this. I just can't let go of it. It's so cool. Some more. This is a stitch counter. Man, I tell you, some more of these. Some more of these. Crochet hooks. So much fun. So much fun. Another wrist ball holder. This one is a little different. This one, you put it's got a stick. You put it down into your ball and you screw this piece on, and it's supposed to hold it. And then of course, you're going to draw your yarn from the outside of all of these. This one, I think, is less trustworthy. I can just see me, like I'm at the state fair or something, and because I've crocheted at the state fair before when we walked around. So because I made some bags to go over my arm because I was not going to buy bags, Anyway, and I've lost my yarn, and so you're just crocheting away, and you got this trail. Some stranger says, "Hey, lady, you lost your ball," and yeah, that's happened to me before. So, very cool. I'll give it a shot, but I like this one with the little window ones. I like that magnifying thing, which when I make my sweater, it's got magnets so that it goes on your, I've got one of those little grid things and it goes on. Yeah. These, I was going to open these. I think these are little tiny cards or something that say happy gift. I didn't open it because, well, let's just open it, see what it is. Let's just do that. It might be a sticker. It could be a sticker. I don't know. It's in a little tiny plastic thing. I think it's a greeting card, like a little gift card. Oh, it is a little gift card. Oh, with the tiny little envelope. Look at that. It doesn't say, it's got sheep on it. So when you give your socks away, you have a little card that says, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever. And it's even got a little tiny envelope. That is so cute. Okay, so it's got these little sheep on there. You see them? Oh, man, it's so cute. Now I'm going to have to put these up somewhere so they won't get messed up. They paid $0.25 a piece for those puppies, let me tell you. That's them's. And now I'm going to show you the yarn I got. Okay, I got to show you the yarn. It's dated like 2008, so this stuff is older. So if they paid $1 for these, 20 years ago or 17 or whatever, that was a lot more money then than it is now. Of course, I'm probably a tightwad. I don't really think I'm a tightwad. I'm just thrifty out of necessity in my life, okay? And I make no apology for it. Well, I make a little apology for it. So this has no stitch markers in it. It has beads, a little stitch marker carrier, which brings me to a whole nother thing. There's quite a few beads in here. It's too small for what I use when I bead something. I use bigger beads because like these would they would make you want to poke your eyeball with your hook because they're so tiny. But still, I mean, I've used them for crafts before too. Oh, here's some more. Sew in woven labels. These say stuff. Handmade with love. Oh, those are so cute. And some little bitty brass pins that don't have the hooky do so that you can, she paid $2 for that little bit of brass pins. So you can use them for stitch markers. I was telling my daughter there were no stitch markers in here. I was mistaken because that's probably what those were used for. $2 for those, just because they don't have the doohickey in them, and that's good because it gets caught in your yarn. Some more clover stitch markers. I like clover stuff, but it's so expensive that I seldom ever buy anything that says clover on it, even though I love clover. And I love clover bamboo needles, double pointed whenever you're working on slippery stuff. And I like I had some interchangeable with the the cord wasn't fixed, okay? So it had not a gear. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it moved around. And those were really nice. And I always thought it was funny that nowhere in my packaging did it advertise that there were swivel, okay? I'm like, you guys need to tell people because this is like a super game changer when you're working with bamboo circulars to have that, so your cord doesn't get, because I have some of those and they're fabulous and I really, really like them, especially for knitting baby blankets that grow, because you've got your long cord. I don't know. I like those for that a lot. Here's another one. Yeah, this was what I was trying to think of. That is boy. It is boy. Baleen 2. Anyway, see, it's got the whale on it. Those, this line, they have hooks, crochet hooks, and I've had some in the past, and double pointed needles. And I believe that's what all those double pointed needles are. They are this boy that is just a different line. It's got a whale. It's supposed to look like bone, I think. That's what that's all about. Oh, more sock gauge, rulers. Oh, another one, look, with double-ended. So you can go in a circle. Tunisian in the round. I hear it calling my name, I'm telling you. Oi, Chihuahua, get up there. Here's another one. This is another sock thing. 3 of those. My husband has passed away. But had I gone before him, he would have gone through my stash and he would have been like, I would never leave a price tag on. No, this would never happen for me. Never that secure. No. I would peel them puppies off before I ever got it in the house because he would not have understood that. I don't understand it. I do not. That seems like a lot to me because, like I said, I'm a tightwad. I'm just not a tightwad. I'm just somewhere on the scale of like being able to just walk into a yarn store and just grab whatever I wanted and counting the pennies at Walmart to see if you can get the big ball of red heart. Being down here, I'm somewhere like here, in the financial scheme of the world. So this stuff is great. This stuff is so much fun. There's more. Here's some, these have fallen out of something. Some aluminum, and I believe these are boy. They might know Susan Bates. I believe these are Susan. Well, I don't know if these are, but my crochet hooks that are like this are Susan Bates. Is what makes me think they might be. Now this is gonna be, I got no clue what this is. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. This is an open-ended needle at that end. I'm going to have to figure out what this is. I imagine it has something to do with beading. This is a pokey part. And then this is, I got no idea. Maybe someone can tell me? It doesn't say on the little tube it was in. Anyway, like I said, my husband would not have got it. And my daughter said that this sweet man who was selling all this stuff, he was kind of like, I don't know what I got here. You know, he didn't know. Some more of those labels and some more little cards with sheep on them. Oh, these have the same sheep on them. And some more labels. I think there's a bunch of these labels. Oh, these say, oh, machine washable is what these say. Hand wash, dry only, dry flat. That I can't wait. I gotta, but I don't have my, you know, I moved into this trailer house and, oh, we're supposed to call it a mobile home, excuse me. And I don't really have a place. It's got 2 bedrooms, 2 extra bedrooms in it. And my plan was to make one a guest bedroom adults could sleep in, but both bedrooms that I could put my grandkids in because I have a bunch. But I still want to make a craft room out of one of them. I'm trying to figure out how can I incorporate like a bed with a trundle and still get my sewing machine and all my yarn, because I really want a room I can put my yarn on the wall again. And put all my stuff in there, and then I can just go in there and set. It'll be so great. Another magnet. Another one. Oh, so exciting, because this lady made patterns. Now, my daughter said she had a lot of pattern books, and she didn't buy any of them, but that's okay. There's some more things down here. So she must have had all of these for her patterns. This is something that I used immediately. It's for your circular sock project. Now, I don't have my circulars in here. My plan is to get them in here, but my circular sock, because there's another bag that I can put my green sock in. It is a little project bag that you can wear over your wrist and put your sock down in it. Oh, so cool. It had all of those crochet or knitting needles in it. But this is Circular Solutions Porta Pocket. Kind of like Porta Potty, but it's Porta Pocket. It's just a little bag with these side pockets, and you can put it on your wrist. I need to put my circular sock in there and put this sock in here, but I've been too excited to do it. So, anyway, I've had so much fun. There's more, okay? There's more. But I don't want to overwhelm everybody with all the stuff. So I don't know what this is, but it was $9.50, and it says it is to make cord and trim and rope. Plus the baskets. So much fun. I don't know, am I the only one out there that gets really super excited about great garage sale finds? I don't know. I may be. It may be a sickness with me. Lots of these. Now, I want to show you. A knitting bowl. She found a knitting bowl, and look what's inside. Another knitting project, which I don't need another knitting project. I'm just making that simple triangular shawl. And the reason I did that was in the yarn that my daughter bought at this garage sale, there was some Noro, Noro yarn. That yarn, like you just look at the at the yarn store, you just look at it. I don't even know if it's a thing, but when I first started knitting, it was kind of a thing. So there was several balls of it in there, and they were slightly, looked like they'd been stored a long time, so they were a little bit felted because it's wool. And I thought, I'm just going to make just a shawl and see how far it goes, because this was the $20 skein in there. And I've almost knitted it up today. And got these knitting needles in there too. I think these are Crystal Palace needles. I'm not sure. But there was several skeins of this Noro. The other ones all looked like they were less fuzzy than this one. And smaller skeins. And I'm just going to mix all the colors up and make a big shawl out of them. So that was in there. But I'm getting to what I want to show you. Along with that little knitting sack, Circular Solutions, came this monstrosity. Can you see it? Can you see that? It is absolutely loaded with double-pointed needles. Or not double-pointed, I mean circulars. Loaded with them. All kinds. There's some Addies in here. Now, the old school ones. There's some Clovers in here. There's that Crystal Palace. And, I don't know what some of these are, but I know the size is engraved in the metal. And that leads me to believe that they were a good brand. And all of them have good cords. There's just not anything in here with a ratty cord. Well, there's one. There's one old boy, I think, somewhere. There's over 100 double point or circular needles on this puppy. Over 100. And a bunch. See, as you can see, they're falling all over the place. They're all through my house. They're just falling off of this. Every time I move it, I have a trail of circular needles. I tell you, I need to donate some of these to a prison ministry or something. They do that. They do that. That would be fun. I think handwork is good for people who are incarcerated. I think things I've read. A whole lot of these. Now, I'm pretty sure she must have made socks on these, although I don't know how, because I don't know. But I'm going to try it, okay, because they're size 0 to 3 and multiples. Like there's like 2 zeros and 2 3s and 2.5 and 2 yeah, like that. So I just feel like, she must have took a sock class, because in that bag of yarn, there's a bunch of sock yarn. There is some sock yarn, I'm telling you. There's some sock yarn. And I will have to show it to you next time, because I'm running out of battery. Anyway, very exciting stuff. Very fun to go through and to get a bunch of stuff at a garage sale and that you love, and you just go through the treasures. Now, what is funny is, other than those pins, this lady had all kinds of stuff now. She had very fancy, I'll just show you real quick. Very fancy yarns, all bagged up with patterns and kits, several kits with the patterns. So she was an organized lady, it appears. And she had all the gadgets, but I find, other than the pins, no stitch markers. Now, my mind is like, because I love stitch markers, I just love them. They're like jewelry, jewelry for your handwork. I'm like, I would like to know what kind of stitch markers this lady had. Somewhere in her house is a big box of stitch markers, and her husband doesn't know what it is. I told my daughter, you need to go back. You need to go back on Saturday. Maybe he'll have it again. Maybe he found more stuff. You need to go. You need to go. I know. I laugh at the people that have a wall of those Stanley cups. I think gluttonous people. But then, yeah, I really have no room to talk, do I? No, 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 no room for judgment, no room. But this is knitting stuff, so it's different. It's not, other things. It's not Beanie Babies. Remember those? Anyway, I would love to have seen her stitch markers. Would love to. Because, you can tell a lot about a person by the stitch markers they pick out. Think about that. When you see some little old grandma and she's working on a pair of socks or something, she's got these stitch markers. If she has skull and crossbones stitch markers and stuff like that, you think she's a secret, I don't know, something. Pirate. She's a pirate. She's really a pirate. She's a pirate in her heart. But if you see some big old man, big knitting at the bus station, and he's got butterfly stitch markers, you think, oh, he's a kind and gentle soul in his heart, because your stitch markers will reflect the real you. My stitch markers are boring, because maybe I'm boring, but I do have some that I really like. I have a bee that is my especially favorite. I don't want stitch markers of martinis or anything like that, because I don't drink. So, I don't, I mean, that's just, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't want a stitch marker that's like, oh no. I guess my stitch markers would have to be like a little Snickers bar, except for I don't like Snickers anymore. Let's say a Milky Way. If it was going to reflect my taste, right? Anyhow, I love stitch markers, and you lose them, you lose them, you lose them, you lose them. And I would love to see what this lady's stitch markers were like, because she's had such interesting taste in everything else. And all of those wonderful circular needles, I don't know, I've got to sort them out. I need to take them out of there, find out what sizes they are, see if I can figure out what brands they are so I can catalog them, right? Okay, so not to change the subject, but this is my granddaughter's toy. It's creepy. Very creepy. Okay, it's going wild. It's going wild. Look, I found my stitch markers. She said her lizard needed some jewelry, a ring. This could be why I never have stitch markers, right? And I can't even, well, I got them off, but barely. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna hang up now. No, I'm gonna get off of here and just say, have a blessed day. And if you find a garage sale, go. And if they have yarn, just enjoy it, buy it, and use it up. Use up all the yarn. It's fun. It's fun to go to a garage sale and find yarn. Anyway, have a great rest of the week. I'm going to work on my shawl and I will show it to you. I am going to work on my sweater because I know that it is April, but August is coming. And what's right around the corner after August is winter. Winter. Of course, in Oklahoma, you could have winter, We could still have winter this week. We could have winter in July. You never know around here. You absolutely never know. You never know. Never. If you don't like the weather in Oklahoma, just wait a minute. That's what they say. And it's true. It's absolutely true. So who knows? Anyway, I want to get that sweater done before winter, but I will have a super bright and fun Noro yarn. That's Japanese yarn. It's a little Japanese writing on it. So cool. And all the colors. I love yarn from other places. I've always thought it would be awesome to take a trip and buy yarn in every country you go to. Like, I've seen people do that. Like they went to India and they bought yarn, and then they went to Turkey and they bought this special yarn. It was cotton and it was like whatever. And then they were in Germany and they bought lots of yarn. And then they went to Sweden and they went to these places that, and they bought yarn. The sheep were from there. Yeah, I always thought that would be so really cool. So when I get yarn, I always look to see what country it was produced in. Then I think, oh yes, I have some yarn from Turkey. I do. I have some yarn from China. I have some yarn from Japan. It was created there. I didn't go get it, but it came to me. So that's almost the same, right? That's how that's how POFO travel. We travel, like okay. So I bought cookies that were from Mexico, made in Mexico, and so then I feel like I've gone to Mexico because I ate cookies from there. Anyway, so that's all I got to say about that. And now I'm going to go and hang my beautiful collection on the wall, gaze at it some more because I really am going to have to take it apart and sort it. And next time we talk, I will show you my yarn. Bye.